Mecca said it would be a healthy national debate.
Okay.
But currently, I'm a doctor, peacefully with his family, and I believe he can serve in many other capacities.
Okay.
So, some Ghana as a consultant, even by now, one year, I'm paying for good intention, or appointing you as something.
Okay.
Your National Security Secretariat, your cabinet, your Nema Bebre, your Council of State, your Nema Bebre. Dampare bit me the amount of my Ghana. Into a moment said the record not of phone.
Okay. Yeah, but finally, who commentaries are ever from the police headquarters? Now, we say your bulk is sent to you, President Sweni, and now did die cross headquarters one away, you say sirens, now, pen, away, who for Tonyom, dead day near day. Do you remember or do you recall any of such incident?
I think, to be fair to Dr. Dampare and to be fair to Yohono, there are 3 points of scrutiny. Number one, what legacy? And animu ben Ghana for the share Dampare, so the general masses of the population. And by and large, armed robbery are from Papano. Some training ye be attack umpoa na honkeka bridges otu be very burglary I want a shop matters or non-casa for phone a friend. He has goodwill. He's down to earth or directed traffic or coin she more and pipe more than so in the eyes of the general masses of Ghanaians, you could say he's close to one of the best IGPs we have had. No IGP has been academically more viable than Dampare. Or joining service, or one school, first degree, master's degree, PhD, what any doctor. It's a beautiful love story between Ononi Ghana and this. That's only one leg of the perception. The second leg is Nipa Odi or Mosonan Kasano, police personnel. What do they have to say about their experience under his tenure? And then police in Nikas or any penny any year. No, I said promotion on obey the very 12 years. Promotion out this under Dampare when you promotion and now when you may did 20 years in the service. Promotion I was a now when you certainly I can say yes, happy more now. That is not a verdict on him, say one promoting it, far from it. But me, ABI commissioner service is any promotion I am man. No say, I'm pound in the I can say, I am a day. It can happen. And number two, welfare. So, I could as a police officer, space very na me you cooperation there, it Eboboba come in the hospital. I want to carry in the police hierarchy. Actually, so these are internal matters of adoption accountable. And in every job setting, you have that. Sure, I'm sure say yes in Fox FM. Maybe a person because upgrade my pa. Even so because yes,
okay.
It won't trade ya working. Sebi over yebia for I believe that it shouldn't spoil us, right?
Okay.
In good faith,
okay.
I believe on only man paying Kita, and I'm sure the announcement came after a tete-a-tete between the IGP and the current president of the Republic of Ghana.
Mr. Ebad Ibrahim, Medasipi Newe.
Mr. Medasipi Queen.
Great. Ebad Ibrahim, Motin, kind of security expert. Or you're expert in international relations as well. On Mote saying editing come on Fox 97.9 FM. Eboboba ni within the Nana Kwabena Ampratwum. And there my panel members Dr. Samson Nakosi Anoma representing the MPP Wabedru. Engineer Samuel Supremo Mensa representing the NDC. Mamema Dr. Akwaba. Dr. Akwaba.
Enyado.
Nimpum to say.
Yami adom. Eho yepa. Namoso e.
Adumti. Yes, eho yepa. We a continuation from baby last time no yeah so preliminary then I'll be
well see idea smart na one opening no edi nkomo no kakra appointment say nipa da sane de untimi satisfy nipa bia.
True.
Especially say udi oma bi say Ghana for so. Ghana for a free Kwame Nkrumah time. I see you say uba be sisu a e wo mo didi wo ho e o bojo so ye wo ye papa kra na ye hu wo ye bone so a ye hu de do mo nimu asa o mo bibidi nti o mo support.
That's right.
Enti wo free ho a na o mani abre ye wo mo anam so wo didi a wo mo bi ni ye na o mo pese o mo be pam wo free ho na o mo didi ni nti no wo mo so de bibia be bia anyo mo fe o be ka ho asam sa ko pese wo be free ho obi o ba be di so bia o kwa enkrofo bose wonko na ade eti media tampare on ti akonya na no te so no na enye permanent seat was say ono kra no me gise for the past was 12 months ni wo head anye stable so hwe nsem nenam no ho na state committee parliament ni ade ni nsem bebre sa menyi se o wasumdwe bi kra de wo hwe election yi kra se de nema court security issues ne enkrofo mo blame no na after election said looting and why sa na ma nyina no didn't speak well of the police ni nyina no blame no so kokowie ne ho ntimi gi se ni nyina ko se oni sa ahomeka se so otoaso so man okohome nti okohome a eye foforo metoaso na nipa na owo ase no okọ Supreme Court no se de o kan na me ne ya adwen pa ya de constitutional provision ne wo ka se yenyi ema court mumma nkrofo stay there say ne ema court ama omo aka nyina stay sesa because constitution na aka say entrenched and say ntimi change constitution there untimi court say wo sesa no and o ka no say already no o ma lose that and a waste of time o ma president no onye de obetima ye budget here e kan wa ye ne budget me de me hwe budget ni mu ano na me te say obi ka say Ghana fo anya hope ni adade me hwe mu no ama hunu hope bia wo ma hunu hope bia wo say wo gbe say ayi ye budget anche say na mo so atete budget na ye num no there's nothing that shows say na ma bibi so bete there's nothing there's everything also shows say na ma bakosoro
really
yes dollar bakosoro because it means international reserves no almost 4 months na covered na MPP for jaye no omuntimi enhold this ade no by the end of the year na about 3 months e che say dollars no e so bete e dollars e savings no e so bete na dollars so te no it shows that scarcity be see e be shoot to price we don't know other events e be see along the year e be mama enema happen but Ghana there and am say you depend too much on the international front no be bia timisi it is not kosisa na sabe ka the chances say a dollar so betina yanya money Trump na sisu no Trump na sisu we increase our rate of investment kakra bi now call it the dollar said the MPP for facing 2021 na seriously and 2020 let me say time oba na nya easy cra the investment no everything was flying to America as na ama dollar ho e de amama nyina wo nya Ghana kwa sade no ebetimi si easily na si na say ye nkasa kra ye project say under normal circumstances ye reserves kra no ye ntimi maintain 4 months no e che say your problem say ye hope sa ye national development ye growth rate no MPP for ja 5.7 ya me adumtin omo be budget na ancha no say government statistician all these facts buy we bibia and then there was no way say on bet my propaganda afa ho growth was 5.7 so what there and you be kire say onye incompetent but one neka you know so asem but mo say for the next 12 months or 9 months akye nimi aban entimi maintain 5.7 growth adena nke ekoso growth na ekoso kakaka o na ekoso from 0 from 2001 or 2021 now we have 5.7 now we say no wo de wa ban na aba no untimi emma yenkoye nim na mo ba me atiasan obede ye beba 4.0 wo de what 1.7 na free so a say contraction what I say a say contraction na ba o ma production is going to go down production of goods and services ebeko from na as production eko from no na demand was no e kire say inflation e kire say omo target of 11% omo kind of budget 11.9 or something no e kire say it's false. It's not true. Say Betima ended the year by 11.9% inflation. Some real BAMs are about 25% or something. And to buy that remember when you are contracting the economy. And it clearly a buy no actually say wa ma memboa Ghana for or buy say you be say odi buying because yeah the mama ne campaign no me dem tie ni sa wan kan sem pa bia. Big push. Make up big push. Was say and no the page economy no investment in roads and other things. Maza was it 10 billion for 4 years and I'm 10 billion to me they calculate is 10 billion no every year be 2.5 billion dollars. Yes be a Ghana $1 billion into the economy. Eddie be ginger up the economy. That is what they told us. Now they are making their first budget and they are saying big push now more canon. The only 13.85 billion Ghana cedis. Me want to calculate core dollars. Me core dollars mean about 87 million dollars. And as against a target of about 2.5 billion dollars, who the 87 million? We're fairly in advance. Big push objective no won't me achieve. You cannot achieve big push objective this year. How can they come next year? Obra most more can budget there are humps, economic humps, serious issues. A day and ya cannot affect na ebe imagine. Na obeda by a big push. A say they cannot do it. The only thing is that we have got the government. Nyamia dum na nakufuado at the peaceful nation ejano. You expect say you bet matramu say ya peacefully by 2028. Niye yi omafiri oboko na Dr. Baumia san beto na ade so eno na ebon paye because me catch say NDC 40 way NDC for say yahu omwe ombaye budget no kwa be read ya chiro but they cannot implement yahu bi say na me catch last yahu bi but me read 2015 say free progressively free day SHS no mu year budget come on be read ya na nakufu adu free SHS mu mongu ya di aba the free SHS mun ko to aba man because of free SHS mun ko to man because already no ya the free SHS ba akrofo ani age says ka no e dey ma free day SHS me say 38 Ghana cedis no mo dey ma Ghana for nkora am so mo day no o man tua they didn't pay MPP for about 2017 they came to pay that huge debt for the first year implemented 2015 to 2016 omu tua kakra bi no omu bo ho ka no man tua size ka no. See, they can just tell you and they won't do it. Here, a bank, almost on a women's bank. Then we thought, said, they are going to open commercial bank. I just said, everywhere, even around the country, where capital, back, 16 branches, which is a serious bank. Now, Ghana, before you can start a bank, you will need capital of 400 million Ghana cedis. Who your budget? You didn't say, 4 years, 4 years, you have to work tomorrow. I cut 3 years. What you knew? Because John Mama was not the man you should have brought in power. That was a waste of time. And now Mwakofanaba, say the Women's World Bank, Women Bank. Women Bank, no. Sika was so they have to budget him. A year 51 million. 51 million, no. Even researchers was presidency research crowd team, no. Or 50 million. A ma bank no 51 million. Is a man obon kwasia. Obon kwasia we eno entimi I say 50 million who for checking the percentage of 400 million. Is a kakra bi na or dia ba. There's a branch crowd untim fan and start say we start SCC kwamu. Is a kwan best na the 51 million. E be hye bank. No tua sika ma. Is a me who say this year the ma bank na emaso.
Who say Emma?
This year them maso. Now the size cannot watch am what dey ma hwan in this country? Who me a bank no cry yet? Sika on the best start capital no cry enru. The kwan best now what this who best start implement. Now any person na for omadwuma was our bank just atu omoka. How much will 51 million how much and be generate as income on the bit ma atu ho can I say aban no bebo saa yi no kasama Ghana for sika kakra tax e di be de to ehwa ka ye akwan no ene ye be westi saa de no ye be ne saa ye nya ne saa it's clear say that it will be like free SHS no implementing in 2015-16 no. That is how it's going to be. Enti media me who say
are you not being a prophet of doom?
Oh, there be on I'm being realist. What's the case realist? There's a I don't know at the whole clear now one can now we were say entity and now the young crocodile. It's like calling a spade an instrument for digging.
Over 19 krono.
What I say? To call a spade. Now who say the Ejina Ghana for mun prepare says the Ejina we know who your mama is. And we know say he can tell you he knows how to make a crown and then deep no. Udo 2026 ikono. Your mama will come and stand there and they will be in the name will be a wosun. And he will express problems at Ghana family and that day. Now, problem I know say I'm before Nadia, but now he will be expressing it. Say Ghana a problem. So we should all agree and then consider. Now who say that this is how Ghana compromise with matters. Now that is how he will talk. Because what can be 20 about tax and okay can know the Ghana for that now a big when is that tax no said the tax who could direct tax and did then the bit my yarn say indirect tax ya and tina the obia bit matria and is a walk tracker muna say a cobase oh private car now on the board the petrol board there oh dear see what for toto na toto the people 20 room now much escalator. The mama told us this. Ungai, Minia, Ungai. Your mama knows how to just talk and talk and talk. I know that. The budget, no, there's nothing in. Maybe I'm expecting something good. I mean, my expectation that I wanted to see some innovative thing. My Hunbakokra. The movie has some allocated as like one year, some serious of 19 areas. Some discover how do I chat. Can budget part and come use of a ministries no. For ministries won't never be but over as I free SHS here and then the man on Bob as if the Ministry of Education is going to do just that. There's a money never come minister will be targeted at these things. That are the rest. And you will be oh my that specify said this money goes here, this money goes here, this money goes here. Ministry back also a lot of things to do. And so many of them are and these are items. Is a scanner ma yanya scan ko ana e chese budget no niema bi e yes a red herring e niema bi e hihase a o mo kan mo twan guani mo twa wura guani but that is them one must ano mote to me no I'm not surprised. One thing say I'm not surprised. I know say this is the kind of people called NDC and this is the kind of thing na ombeyama yen and to me me surprised but they me yan say yeah, mistake, Ghana for. Yeah, mistake. Why would we sit down? Said Nipa 4 years, 4 years, massa. Don't parabesi so now no ya. I can't grab no ya 4 years oh. He will not do much. He will not do much. The NDC for crowds are more quite say almost trust next 4 years crank one. Another person never. Also now it's a 4 years spent on their man, which was wrong. I think I'm mind this for traffic. No one prepare no one have good quality people more the better than a tough person. No go mutimi do ministers. No mutimi planning here Magana. Back off of these people. Takasa they can't just blame people. They can't just do things. This is what this the people we have. To come to 8 years can they will build themselves well. Na omoba ya mom 8 years. No most what team should omo. But they say ya mama 4 years no. Okwa so manipulate enya 4 years another person ever and also onya 4 years also ni visions aheading he say be how stand it Ghana for makwan eti ya hire ho and ya hire ho pa. Next time we should not make that mistake and these folk can come to power but we have to plan as voters we have to plan a future year than say tier politicians na sa bi mu say people for na ye bo fu na wan na ye wan na delegate for na all these things sikan kete bi do bia nya bi wan nya bi ntichina say the bibiangu which is wrong and no any Ghana for a problem ahon ya e bi na ha dampare ne group enti me de budget no we can go into it later. But the mayor can say budget we dear. Yeah, yeah,
I see. Engineer. What shall we go so?
Yes, I say there, but me for opportunity to initiate for a party leader of the party who happens to be the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Na me chair national chairman and national executives. Me for Bimbra region and Akwesi. Na me chair regional executives. I mean chair fantastic regional minister, His Excellency Diamayo Ashanti regional Dr. Mwakohine. Na me chair BBA with you. Me chair me co-panelist Doctor. Na you see, first of all, let me make this emphatic statement. Doctor has not been fair. 1 year fair to voters at all. So what na CMPO so catch the voters or my mistake say omato in excesses of more than 1.7 million. That is the greatest insult at him the DBNO essence adiano. And me pacho. Nasa budget are okay. Budget are okay. Doctor, you are not being fair. 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 Oh, cause I made my dini metihano. You are inciting people against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Every right to do that.
Yes, and I have every right to also do that because and I walk as answer. So allow me, please. Moderator, me patch moderate. Unless otherwise, I some now person can person me probe into it. I didn't know BBF and Rebecca.
You can probe into what I said.
The meme can say my understanding. Me patch.
Okay, dog.
My understanding of what for you saying say. Ghana for your mistake, no. Meaning when you say the greatest insult of everything you can talk about.
Okay.
Because you got to about 1.7 million in excess say yen pay MPP aban. Oma hu maso kasa. Omo ani anso kasa. Omo ya ade a. Omo hu sa ade na omo ye no enye no. Ghana for say yakoto aba. Respect that decision. Men yes or my mistake. Ghanaians have never made a mistake. Ghana for to about in excess of 900,000. We can't try to come your opportunity. We can't try to say more than 1 million votes. You can say my mistake. We admitted say Ghana for to about, and that is the will of the people. And your mandatory constitution they are Ghana for, so you have to respect that. Ghana for you say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na people no so no. Your opportunity say obi ankoye ne campaign you could treat no magu krata so say this is our manifesto, this is your manifesto. Mo present Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the vice president, former vice president. You present the old president and you know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Emma Ghana for edi nyoma tutu nseni ni no mu say the NDC for ni catch ye no eni na nkrashe wom. And when you to about you benya bibi papa free mu. And obviously this budget has showed it. And Dr. Ken Sembebre na o money make say a whole budget I trying to or person just say budget ni we who bibi en free mu ana. Yes, that grandpa budget didn't take key place no. Finance ministry to the nyoma to two yema even T-bills rate of T-bills grandpa no e conform. And you can't T-bills rate for it accounts to all rates are economic rates are your fiscals are you using no mind. It is you to me even before budget reading that showed a paper say NDC abano ya ready say your best sense and make us unless otherwise say journalists maybe a man share other platforms. Budget when you can be in some 1240 Joma, a job for even KJT market for almost a Martin Sempa. No, Moon say His Excellency won't pepper be more a miracle anymore, no matter to ye. And Yamina Maker. Naibi or Maka say me NDC in India. Omuko Kaneshi market near Bosu Kane Swamene Adiano. No Yamina Namijina who make us asem no. So if you try to rubbish all these things, then it becomes a problem. Now, Adeba kwa yendi munese. Yenshe enyoma NPP abai no ejeje. Now oka growth rate. Uncle read on one data bank research last year. omu project say the we an your say no Ghana ye maximum betuma ko 3.5 onko show no ani data bank can for data bank no onko mo research omu ye o say Ghana for yetumi aya in terms of growth 3.5 e me supreme and NDC na ekon bank owned by MPP ni finance minister the most incompetent and now can say be say ato forcing who be ridicule ato forcing wa ha na when ya mean anta nya omo fe ne say kenufori ata unka ho asem who be ridicule ato forcing wa edu bia na mo kan budget ayi to mu kire say this mo twantro ye bi ma IMF kwampo confirm me say mo the percentages bia ko se mu a ntro. That is what we should be doing. One of your fantastic economists, any finance person or more parliament, and yes, Tika. When Tika was interviewed, MP for Inshia, so or see what things sempa. Tika bo ato force na u ridicule one or bonabaso say a crime of fast to no man, or who say a kwampaso. So like maybe na we read the budget for be an because the budget I can already ya. I also who say me to an opportunity, so no opportunity. On can say one state agency or muja ya state agency na do well. So when we figure report now, almost all the state agencies no more they were running at a loss. MPA, cocoa board, them the air time crowd to the extent say yeah they can cocoa. I was say over 300 metric tons of cocoa this year was a sound count. Na say my year adie we na moja ho we giant we si honum beka abaya we di 3 months in government no to me to no ma say no man ko ye debt DDEP sa debt ya mu jin ko fo sika man ko fo wu fam no ye ba ye say ye tua o omu ye opportunity anko mu betwa tro say omu no mu tua ini ye bisa omu say fo tuo be na mo de to honum because ye hwe singing fan ni ma yenim omu fe ne say photo a sasika na o se kum ye buy na sika ewom no less than 1% of the total amount I are talking about. But omunya simpie no musan so twantro so omu na omutua nti sanyoma we na nka wo se ye di ye ni koso na ye hwe se de ye ka no ye betumi aya na ya nka se tertiary student omu be ko school ye betu omu fees me pa cho budget na nche se ye be ya na
yeah budget na state
ya nka se omu fe ne se e-levy ye betwem me pa cho budget na enka na unim e-levy class ye twem a unim timamufo ho ha ye be ha omu me nua me no ye se ni mobile money wabetna afidie so nko a camera si uso a wo ko Facebook live ni ade obusu afo hu o mbehu se wo diska nti obviously busu me bia no o mu be bisa o kakra nso mu bisa na wo se ni ayetew nti yem bisa ye wo mu dealing in large amounts o mu se ni so wo ye calculation sum for e-living ko eti o mu in a month na etumi tua nkofo ka be ye 3. That is the huge amounts we are talking about. Ye ka se ye betwem ye ntwem ana ye twem yes ye be boama emma bia omunya opportunity e ba no sanitary pad na ni omunya opportunity entumi nto bi na etumi fringe on your education no ye be se obia wow in the secondary cycle bia no ye be produce sa de na ma intervention ana ne ba cho emboa free SHS amumu ye ya amuye ne prekese amuye ne basa no yes ye be twafo to ato ho a enu nko asika be kom na mi menije o kan se mi menije pa na mi pese okay na no anka waka se free SHS na progressive free SHS na de bi o mo kan ya mfamba because that has been your statement all this while but we to be jitu mu say de ba na yetua bi na mi ka se obeka se yentua bi kra it is free SHS amo kan ho asem no sika e wo se yetwa to ho na abranu bia ne hu se saa sika futo we na eda ho no mo a ye di betua nkola na o didie ne o mu bibia bekoye no akoye no manye saa de no ye se ye be ye saa de no ma free SHS ye gina ne na so mo ntwa tro se ye ba betwem me pa twa ye twem ana ye ba road contractor mu fi abemu motumi accommit over 100 million worth of road contracts and nipa no ko mu nya commencement certificate modi ato so se modi amomo ade we na amaburu sa aka na gu ho no ye ne ye betua na se unya opportunity na san twa ho na wan be ye a citizen ube ka asem in the form of a nation builder Now be your whole politician, partisan, 2 partisans say 3 months in government you are spending almost anything words of doom. Then I beg you. And this is hard in a cosa. It's your opportunity. Yen can't dear beb war mine. Yen na ye kind budgeter. Mumu wa be mu na mu kind budgeter. The na ye say ye chere mo say aha emwa mutwa tro. Aha enye sa na tie. Aha IMF deal bi amakoye enye sa na tie. Nti ebe ya mu system bebi ye du no mo ni sika e wo say ye nneoma say muntie. Ebedu ase no na that's the only alternative you have. That is the sort of opposition I expect from you. Opposition in some be obey omubeka bia full of substance na enye full of propaganda. Let's close and me say or can is na or revolve around growth. Growth in a match say enyoma amu ye no abra mu free so no. Sa nyoma na entumi mass happen no. Emi entumi nya growth of 5%. And me na maker mu ankasa mu data bank omu ye research. Unless otherwise our researchers mu person mu beji omudi omu chere say Ghana as far as we can go is 3.5 in 2025. Inti yenye opportunity a yen ka asem nto timemu fo ni tiri mu say ade na ebeye and we are poised. Yes ya no say we are poised on making sure say ade na ebeye yenye opportunity a yesi ebetwa betting tax mu yetwe mu wie na wo finance minister amuja no the last finance minister amu appointed no we ko jina simpi maka asem egu ni mu ase poto ono ani colleague MP na sisi o master take patcho ma no say adan a na bibi say ni honom so boys o mu tie mi ne o mu be di yaw say wa betina figye so kika sansem because at the end of the day no mu twa bet na o mu nya wins bia yeti o mu sa de na emma boys no mu hu han o mu ana. Until the year can say, yes, of course, the MPP is no more in government, but it shouldn't be business of usual. We are building a nation. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is poised say, "Obe build your mind." Yen kaya hu odin boom. Yen build your mind. Eye mayina.
Sure.
Eye mayina. And when the man ye feno, yen share a fantastic regional minister omudi amaye. I don't even want to go into the debates of regional ministers, the predecessors and the current.
Okay.
But Bibia says His Excellency in his appointment, or more do Mobesia Brano, they are poised to work. They are ready to make sure say Ghana is a better.
You don't want to say now the Danko Kufado spent not by spending 326 million Ghana cedis at the government machinery, but you are seeking to spend 27 billion at the government machinery. Eben is saying that more protected public purse, and you are using a lean government into more TT expenditures.
You say it's our issue, yeah, Gideon Kokan, or I think as I say FM, right? I think they're in Chechire Moaba. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nyata no catch and say, Oba ministries be on mo be ye free honum. And in fact, Obe make sure say Obinya 60 ministers. Indeed, or the Osia Yoyo. There were 60 ministers. You are scrapping most of the ministries are engaged. What then is happening? They say some ministries, or more jumadi, or more workers, or more adiebi ekoso ministries in under office of presidency.
Okay.
And for that matter, or musika semno mubi biano, a ho in a befriaba. No, Gideon Boaku na your opportunity to be a budget in say ministries na ye canina or budget there's no specific allocation for those ministries. It is an identity. And I may say, Gideon knows this. Oh, why you the presidency in the office of the vice president? But lost, you see, lose no we need 2024 we know. A debia, minim de na or much to say ebia from 2025 for mobile. Asio just say omu ya adie bia to the essence say ombegu adie ni hufi na nke ka omu nko anka yensa nso nko election bim. I am telling them saya stick na esa na omu twa to ho ahomaso nyoma na omu twa to ho ne atro nsem na omu twa to ho nom na enye sa ade ni na ye ko by this time ye be ye adwuma yɛn bɛtena wɔn kasa yɛ breaki the 8 yɛ breaki the 4 yɛ breaki the bɛn yɛn dwuma a yɛbɛyɛ no ɛna ɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ bɛto ama yɛn sɛ ɔmo dwuma so you should spare us you see mmerɛ no nkɔ beebi 3 months ɔnto no bo ase ntorɔ no yɛ adɔso and ɛyɛ me de paa sɛ saa nneɛma ni nyinaa ɛkɔ so a the likes of bo amamu ne yi mu na ɔmo yɛ NPP foɔ no a ɔmo wɔ ɔmo ankasa ɔmo side no nso ɔmo ka no korɛ and journalists for be so nowadays are making sure say it shouldn't be business of today so baba be car sem na we yan trotro sa almost so making sure say the omo kebia and we had finance minister na omo fair say one of the sister stations CTV sanoma we know church and it was very clear so they should spare us omunya ntobo ase ye beya ade ni mana ye fe ade bia ye promise Ghana for bia women's bank e me dey say no ka women's bank go asem alice ya kire say e ma de yakoma so and even aside the women's bank no wo hwe appointment akoso with the security couples no head of prison service oyoba o head of fire service oyoba John Mama is even poised on the fact that 30% of emma appointment no account obi make sure say obebro saade no so omunya to boase aden ye be mo aye omo fe na opposition no so die ombetena che oh doctor dey say ye na ye be omo betena na ya ne say e bia na ba ta omo baba abemu no na doctor ni fi akọ enimu pa na ye sia be bia na e bia wonya ne poma kakre bia wonya ne joint kakre bia ode mfama no na dey me ko bu ko je apa na cho say onya to boase na enje
also better in 20 years
ayo also die otimi so da ya no da ya de obi atimi so da ya ma kama na ni je kasa no kan de no asa obono twene no asa na fi na ni age and they obi all right so ye na o kan bibi fa say debt ni adade na mo ne bae no mu tutua ni adade mu bae no sika ben na mo makretia mo di tua debt what I say mo na mo betua wo say mo na mo betua mo buy budget and authorize a government budget approved by parliament and then authorize the executive to make payments executive ni hu kwan unlawful so obetua sika bi na spend sika bi
out of the budget
budget ni ho anything wo buy ya to say 3 months e wadi o budget kra wo nya approve yo nya that approved and the budget we use o dey atua sa sika ya wo say and nkrofo DDP ni adade a mo ne MPP atua na adade sa sika no a wo say wutimi yitua ye no
na just say out of more supplementary budget
exactly tip adent na wo better gira ha na baka che say wo na wo ba ye na wutimi tua ye when you have not got even a budget to pay it and you say this is the kind of propaganda the kind of lies and crofono and I'm say obi a otie na onte nyema bi asenti no boy no aka dokro no aka ne saa na crofo atie ni saa na omo sofa so enti omo musa question because ye musa question ye musa ono dodo no akra ntimi any opportunity omo busa o bi wutie onte asenti e bi atie ni saa e bi musu person ko can be onya opportunity to say it no be can saa oni mtibi wo ha no agedi bi o na wodi abufuo no wadum radio na na dade hwe uma opportunity me run it down the 19 objects or budget or modis allocate sika
okay
mo da men kasika mo da tatara ho me ka nema allocation to big push number 1 allocation to academic fee for first year students so when no allocation to sanitary pad we no crack saying ice cream no man fan ka ho ice cream no man fan ka ho
also man cry ice cream
ice cream ka ho
one school
what's all ice cream ka ho one guy
I remember
ice cream ka ho man fan ka ho
okay bisa
na ice cream
manifesto you fan
ice cream ka ho one ice cream
but your manifesto you man ice cream
allocation to support a course of more spillage. Allocation to support victims of Ketu South constituency. Allocation to support free secondary education. Allocation comprehensive curriculum development, textbooks. And now my allocation to school feeding. Allocation to capitation grant. Allocation to teacher training allowance. Allocation to nursing training allowance. Allocation to health insurance. Allocation to Ghana Road Fund. Allocation to Disassembly Common Fund. Allocation to Economic Transformation Agenda. Allocation to Women's Bank. Allocation to apprenticeship, national apprenticeship. Allocation to Ajumaura. Allocation to National Codes Program.
Codes, yeah.
Codes Program. And no problem. Head and
IT coding.
Coding. Coding. Okay, fine. What I say? San Yama way. And a buying budget no. Why you know? Saskano. Omodeko. Yeah, allocation to ABIA Ministry of Education. Allocation to Ministry of Health. Allocation to Ministry of Agriculture. Allocation. It's a sub element B. Element B education. Element B agri. Element B. And teacher said, I can say there was no need for appointment of ministers.
Really?
Yes, because they are not ministers no or they be juma. Minister no one man discretion be well. Minister be a discretion to use the mind to look for money to do this or that. Sika ya de be juma no. Watch out said this year. Sika ya de be koni. Say okay minister of education. We have free secondary SHS or this alcohol textbook or this alcohol or the first year for sika alcohol and a pad. Sadie and a textbook. Sadie way na was minister no concentrate. There's nothing more as a minister now who saw be ya.
There's now expenses in the free the presidency.
That be say budget no.
And on a
main budget
million no.
So
for Sukan.
And no on a kakabo when konya about 291 billion. 291 billion.
And on a government person
or you so
spending.
And before you so 250 billion. But how much they no way to do 291 billion? Almost so me lean. Omo ya buy kete. This is a minister no.
But don't forget to so much increase allocations no. We are school feeding no more increase no. Free senior schools so much increase allocation.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why increase here? The person just say Saska no hona wo dia kojina. And this say ye build school infrastructure. Here schools under trees. A person solve sadina. Where are you going to get the money? So what I say? But I'm just saying there are a lot of things ministries be at me here. Giving the discretion of the minister or trust also plan it. So this year me person here ways allocation to the ministry no obetima ye things are no grounds the researchers they back na kwatima ye na ka board the nation. But why and clear say this is it. And now Saska no minister no here so be funding bi directors no kra ebetime adwuma. The directors can now work. So why do you have to pay the ministers again? Appoint ministers. No more can the police for no more because adwuma no why are we in the budget? What I said this is baby a Greek sika sign the call. Who the Greek will be say a Greeka and no the boy ama ya cut it down your imports. See it produce more. And no na ebetuma dollar no. As what to say, cut it down, import, they produce more in this country. This year, young crasa, a grow anye. So here, in so top. Looking at say, going forward now, and here, a bit many food inflation. Food inflation now, I go so high. Makasa, you did this, food inflation now, inflation, no, most of the ban now, 11.9%. Dear program, now, they go. You name the Makasa, more inflation, because other indicators not to say. And never bear bonny. I'm inflation. No, the bien will never from because dollar yadi can say, I'm here because a diane boss so a class a Greek no a cocoa ene hwan kakrai na mo kan ho asem ya hunu bayre allocation ya hunu bro allocation ya hunu emo allocation eno so na dankara bia ya die o
no must they categorically state
I say once what start is a your budget na o specify say sika wey na say na e be di afi out of this way ekwa out of this way kwa out of the me catch you say what wie I am ye personal law our parliament I law yes bia it's law it is say be ya u be yi bia sa kwa ha no e do kura ji say bia kwa seek permission e di o ma ye no e whole flop moi because say minister o person minister using that drain at the year do not point in the expertise or rely upon his research no or fam no aye adwuma e was o man kwan na allocation no we allocate it to the ministry na ministry so etimi go down no must break it ayi no down no mo what is needed at the ministry at the time for the year no matimi yard that is how a proper budget is done. Now we have specific rigid budget say there masa it means there are so many other sectors are critical the daily living life for the people no what janimu kra say wan hwe ni ya saa ne betra mu say ya ne afiaso na new budget aba the who ni say ne e wo ho no free sectors dey be ho because already no o ma allocation eti eno o mbe ye ho adwuma and new items say secondary school for and also say crocodile John there because almost say ombeye one say taxes see okay it's still in the budget Gamideka I was hoping say we have eliminated saying levy we have in the budget we will I don't know how say chire ato force MPP for omuka so mu yi roto afiri ho no omuka ye na that very night na ongai anu kura no mo dey criticize
but the taxes are backed by law yes sir taxes
and the budget and see taxes are backed by law and law is passed by budget passed by parliament through the budget in so we can budget revenue allocation and that no budget no and ni nyina na policies ni nyina spell it out in the budget. And the other corner a bill, of course, already the parliament no enkasa nti wo no ntimi yusu. O de corner parliament trance. Na omo we papa mu pepe mu ye bibia no say okay nya hwe. You should go ahead. We approve of it. Then it becomes a law for operation in the year. In that year.
Okay.
What I say? Okay. Anything a law na say wo kokko breachi. On wan ko yusu say they say ba. E na o to de bia ho. E na auditor general I know ye oba no report ba ana nkrofom tiase no auditor general report no so oba no ka say irregularity a nye say obi ahwe sika o
okay they know somebody here no
yes say odi no watch sana ko ya de foforo
okay
etu obi say adenti na odi budget if I go say na odi ko ye say no matter what you explain how you explain it obetiase o but he will record it
as irregularity
no odi ababeto no obi ready a chire ndo odi beto sa is o ma wi sika policy na politicians no and so in reality no not the chile no what I say this time I'm expecting huge irregularity
really
yes because they say no budget they specify for ni say omo ye no say the etie there then they will go and see say ministries no omo here say omo ye nema ebre the whilst they are doing it na be a budget no omo use we akwa etwi we kakran ko sha nko yu nya adwuma no auditor general Ababe who said no that's not how the budget was approved enti mo anya ne sa enti obohe na omo de abazi NDC for wiesi ka ye and also there me no because me mpa NDC for no me mpa omo de ba me nko cheche Ghana for mu say nya mo wiesi ka o me ka mo wia said omo ye MPP for no what I say me ka so mo wia enti the budget is a flop the man is incompetent at all forcing. He didn't think about it well. No, yes, our budget no. Because boxing our expenditure like this, rigid, is going to be difficult unless what they have told us no, maybe different from what is on the ground. This is my caveat.
Okay.
Engineer. Meraho. Now, okra so I'm miss Meraho pa. You see, now me papa de o ye penyin nti me nya ne
comedian first
that what you was me ba asaba me kanu tie me so ye penyin nti me twiti say me colleague o mo ye communicators na ka bia nka me de obekọ sa tangent no
comedian no
de ti america sa ne say de obobo ye no a special project when your budget ni bia came as a host ni bisa me papa when your budget ni bia came because we have been making emphatic statement a atrocity pa but I will pardon him the obobo ye no I to say MPP you be to say MPP ebia omo ye ambulance special project or say ya locate this kind ministries no hey na me say na budget no you append anka your TV appendices no the bad what your budget na append and now kind budget statement if you own the real budget they are fine make me ask any amount but all real budget now appendix for in by allocation in the ministries now then
would they change it
no unye bi hu ya na
that was summarizing budget in here summarizing here about 19 items this guy call
enye no kre
so do you
okay
there okan ya no your special project or my highlight in me sure so kind free news item so to be kind here almost say eno no highlighted projects so he should accept say we become truck here and that is very unpardonable.
Take it from some of the ministries na area
share ministry and the okan you know na can also catch to say parliament go in because I allocation be the parliament can be allocation amano o share appendix 4E your Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And then can you for 4 cow because the per their work and allocation because we share compensation. The compensation is spelled out 226 million. Obi or OTF bia enko page 140 of their budget. Ewo honum. We share CAPEX capital expenditure. Your 505 million. And we for Ministry of Food and Agriculture now say young financial budget meeting to force na born na june second for that and that's what is we are talking about Dr. Ato Forsen and one kind budget na bet na hand make atro and that is very very bad me you sure so new opportunity no pa Ghana for actually asem na can make atro so you're very honest to himself as a doctor on pacho ushe baby to say Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development so budget ni bia so we bia obehu de make na page 140 ni now honum it is spelled out Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources it is spelled out ebia de make na one tias here what I wanted to tell him they say your ministries be honum ya scrap it eni obiem but some ministries no omo workers omo services still at play so we are aware say even with the coastal development here you need na say scrap ya question for the local government as it what is happening they say yes they say ministries na yen pese ebe westiska ama ministry na nkasa na yebetu omo ka na yama ministers ka na yama no omo fe ne say land cruiser na ade na aboga na ka no omo workers na omo ho no ye de omo na akose presidency allocation they also dey more for compensation ni CAPEX ni bibia no e presidency and it is spelled in the budget and na ama
president how much na
to basi and na ama office of the president machinery
11.5
I don't know who say we tro me cheche man ka the only thing anka betu my so be bre ho ase no wan say we say yan who say wo kasa no na obi etie say wa han wani asa wo ka no kre ba wo twa tro say wo bia you should be apologizing. What bet now no matter catch say
apologizing.
Me are very gentle say o kasa me nkasa. But me person me cheat for say me papa twa he must accept. O share appendices now 4A. It is spelled out MDA expenditure allocations. Or mama ministries ni na work and housing. Communication, digital technology, and now to me, nothing here. We so say, and you can use a president for ministers. Now, ya show no way to throw up pachoa. O sanso, ya homa so kasa.
What do you want to do?
When the budget no, and meaning say last week we saw about was that means we discuss a budget.
Yeah, or mountain.
Say a budget no discussing no. What's about now this week? Because me budget, you know, me discussing our platform be as that. But what you want discuss budget? asa betra this week na wan tumi akenkan budget ni na we be hwa tro kese we ya. It is very unpardonable. Anything that make catch say you have also been very unfair because all can in and also say minia appendix 4A they okay na or hon to wake atro. So many MDs in Nicoka. That is why you absolutely. It ya churches asem. I was on my TFO because
why I had to come in me by mu.
Neighbor. The name can say in some now what can go from me ape bi mu trim. Nti wo na why mediator no so wo opportunity a me TFO no nti ase say
to do it
allocations oh na so yes and that's why you fair. Yes I who say me MDC. Who can be to so a emu because you a mediator.
That is why you are here.
And I dey a TV so a probably anka me dey be check camera nanka omo dey omo camera na zoom nanka TFO na ahwe bi. Say papa twatro you see santro na amode started 2016 ready go his excellency John Dramani Mahama fino ye masa ade ni CBM ye masa ade ni CBM and enuntina o yes ade ne mama mfa so ndi o kan na maye din na me say o si o wenya me o kan well han ni e kan hu
you know what me mo
why han we ni mensre eni blessem na me kan no you have been very unfair to the listeners. Okay. All my listeners now I say, and at the end of the day, you have even provoked them by saying, say, moon bisa questions, moon your opportunity. Into the okay na intro.
Okay,
His Excellency John His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He is poised on making sure say the building Ghana agenda na ebe koso. Yes, you be no. Na yenya growth rate of 4% more than the 3.5. We are to be refute more than the 3.5 at data bank e kan yam. The year can na say Ghana for emfa oma ho de ntayi. Na MPP for no mo ya amambo for na ye be kire mo say ye de ahobrase e na ebe ye adwuma na ma Ghana etumpo.
Okay. Hello. Yay, Malinda Kuru.
Yes, sir.